Not yet, not yet.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm on, so.
Yeah.
But I need this. You're live. I just need to take a break.
Springs grown back, you're at the state for spaces and we're not waiting. Skip has joined us on stage to share. Skip, first introduce yourself. Many people know, but.
Okay, so Skip Fredricks, I'm a professor at Grossmont College, wrote the curriculum for the next college. We graduated about 700 students. About 200 of them got full-time jobs in the drone industry. I got my start with drones in 2013, filming the first sci-fi ever television show with a Phantom drone with a GoPro duct tape to it. It's a catastrophe. Thought it was going to ruin my career forever in television. After 25 years in television, I started with Fox in 1999, actually the network, then Fox Sports, then Apple TV, Universal Pictures. So I have a very extensive background in television development.
Okay, so you know inside.
Yeah, you do know.
Yes. So I know there was always a story about the YouTube production to the text committee. And you did that, I've always been down. That's awesome.
Yeah, kind of before everybody else did it. I used to be a jet ski racer. That's a whole nother world. And we were always trying to figure out ways to record the events, and it was, the GoPro gave it a start. I worked on the team that helped develop that back in the ESPN days, and then it just grew and grew. I found a niche in the industry, which was action sports, extreme sports, and stunt work. And the only way to survive in television and film is to find that niche. So I'm a working producer, which means if you stay to the very, very end of the movies or TV show, you'll see my name. But at the very, very end of the movies and TV show. But I did have a good time, and I think so. The goal was incorporating the drone standard and cinematography was always my goal. But the technology just wasn't there until like whatever 2017 with the band work.
And then how's it going? So tell us a little bit more about it. Because it is amazing.
Okay, so what we did was we wanted to do a nice basic class. So I got my training at the University, my professional training. They were based in Phoenix, and they train pilots in the commercial space. So even though everybody thinks, oh, Skip's the cinema guy, I've been trained in building inspection, power line inspection, windmill inspection, infrastructure inspection, oil inspection, freaking all this stuff, all the inspections. And because they were military. And but the reason they brought me in there was they kept training more and more civilians. And it used to be like freaking the sergeant guys would get in their faces, fly a drone, and it wasn't really working for civilian real estate agents and stuff. So they brought me in to help with that. And of course, those of you guys that know me know me. And it worked out really good. And the program was great until the pandemic came along and they had to shut down. At that time, to do that program, which was great because it was all military. I started a few conferences that you were at, and then by random LA Tech College, LA City College had me create a grant program that Dawn actually helped me with. We had like 5 students on Phantom Free from the college that we had to duct tape that together and teach them. And then to do that, we met Paulo and then Javier at my college, and they were really willing to support the program and pretty much allow me to do what I needed to do. And we started the grant program and then evolved to a regular college catalog program. We're non-credit, which actually is better for me, gives us a lot of autonomy. And then I was fortunate enough to grab some of my best students, one of them being Roseanne, Paul, who you guys know, and we were able to bring them into the program and make them college professors. And the program's been outstanding. It grew from 100 people to 300 people to 600 people. Thanks to Tim and this organization, we're able to put anywhere from 80 to 100 students to work for pay in our camp programs that teaches all these, in most cases, underprivileged kids that during the summer don't really have a place to go. And so we provide them lunch, and some of them don't even have lunch. And then we teach them how to fly drones. And it was so successful. We've been doing this for the last 3 years that these students now are part of the base of the Palm Springs Unified District's drone soccer program. And we're training them from K through 12 and then on into the industry. So unfortunately, I mean, I love Rosemont College, I love San Diego, but I do live in Palm Springs and I have to drive. And so our students that come out of these high schools also drive down. So I'm hoping to work with College in the Desert, University of California, Riverside here, are you guys listening to do a program here? So then, yeah, you heard it here first, college, board of directors who's walking around. So the idea is to do that program, a similar program here, like I'm doing at Grossmont. However, I will never leave Grossmont, I love it. But maybe, you know, a summer program, not a summer, but a 2-day week program, like on a Tuesday or Thursday. That I would incorporate what we're doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, down at Rosemont. And I'll drag Roselle up and I'll drag, you know, Ramon and Roseanne and everybody like that.
Do you foresee the students saying, well, do that same kind of position?
Yes, we're almost every single drone pilot here, at this festival, constantly drove, every volunteer, everybody that worked in the light show last night is a former Rosemont student or a current Rosemont student. So what I try to do is we've been through Hollywood Drones and the other companies I work with is drag these people into jobs. Just to make it easier than it was for me, but if I can drag them into jobs, so except for the volunteers, and the volunteers are the students, they had to do this for free. Right? I mean, you gotta pay your dues. You're a student and you're going to Rosemont College, you come here for free, you pay your dues. But the ones that have graduated, they've been getting paid. And we've been placing them in jobs, and it's really neat to see these people move from, in some cases, just above homeless or McDonald's into careers that really pay. Really pay. And we work closely with Soaring Eagle, the window inspections. Those are 70K jobs. Sean is already here. He's one of our best examples. He started with the program, he interned, he harassed us at the trade shows. He's working in PG&E, great paying job. We can't even get him back here because we don't have enough money off him to come back. So, so
That job placement.
yeah, I want to make sure that they come out of college with something. I want to make sure they come out of high school with something. I was really never known for being a very nice person. Because I was in the film and television industry, nobody is nice in that industry. So, but I was really a nice person. So fortunately, with the drone stuff and teaching, I can be nice. Unlike television and film, you cannot be nice. Anybody that's in that business would know that. So there's that.
So this event has been a dream for you. Yeah, tell us about the dream and tell us about
So when Tim and I started doing this 3 years ago, and that relationship is a great relationship. We did a camp for kids with little toy drones like 2015. And it was at the local middle school. And their technology wasn't there. We had these 20 kids and we had these little drones. And we were trying to get them, and they all took off. They're flying all over the room. Said, oh my God, we're doomed, never work. So we put it on we just kept it there. And then again with the technology, and I'm gonna plug DJI because their technology has made all this training possible with DJI. You hear that? And so we were able to take this course and then start teaching them on mini 3Ds. And with Roseanne, it was crazy, but we did it. And then we got like one of the trade shows with the drone soccer guys, and we realized that would be a great way to teach very young kids, teach them hand-eye coordination, spatial orientation, so that we could take them into drone training later. So the program at that level has been great, and my responsibility has been to train the coaches, the players, and the students in the summer so that they can take part in this. So I'm part of the education and training process of that. So, which is great because I'm allowed to put my professors together and we come out here and we train. So that works out really good. As we all know, I go to Commercial Drone Expo every year. And there was a time when I sat on a panel with Fiona when they were interested in cinematography and photography, but now all they're interested in is freaking agriculture and these big drones and all this commercial stuff, and it's business to business. And it's so, I love Commercial Drone Expo, but very boring, no fun. I love you guys, you know I do, but it's so funny. So I remember Interdrone at the very first one. It was so much fun. The FPV drones and camera drones. I wanted to do that again. And so I talked to Tim, and Tim is the BD USA representative, owner, president. said the Korea, the Speed International wanted to hold a world final qualifier outside of Korea, the United States. So he had already set this up in motion as a qualifier for the big world championships in Korea in September. And I go, oh man, let's do a whole trade show, drone show, FPV and the racing and cinema and all this. So for me, it was the ability to bring the entertainment part of drone flying, the fun part of drone flying, the cinematography part of drone flying back into drone flying. So our Jedis, Fiona, Jasmine, Joshua, they are professional stunt performers. They do movies, TV shows, video game motion capture. We've been working for them. They choreographed a routine for the last 2 months, 14 minutes and 32 seconds. Esther and I met in about 15 years ago at the Miss Latina USA pageant. She was a performer with Pitbull. Amada Samias was producing that. I have to say that, so he doesn't get mad at me. And we've stayed friends ever since, and I did some of the music videos. So I called in all my favorites to the NBC, who I've worked with for years, Esther and the Jedis, and the Light Show people to put together an event last night that we live streamed around the world on NBC. So the behind the scenes was insane, but in front of the curtain, it was great. But me and the wizard behind the curtain, oh my God, it was like the Wicked Witch of the West, just flying around back and forth, just messing things up. I was waiting for somebody to throw a bucket of water on me. It was just insane, but it went off actually timed to the minute. We only ran 3 minutes ahead of our schedule. Some of you professionals like Fiona noticed when we had the problems after the Jedis finished their routine, the drones were supposed to go up. But for you drone people out there, Starlink interferes with the FPV drones, which interferes with the lighting drones. So we had to stagger everything and then reconfigure the frequencies in that break. So that happened on the fly in real time. And so then all the drones went up, everything went great, boom, we're done. Everybody's happy. And I was like, oh my God, let's go back to the hotel and party,
Yeah.
which we did. It's part of television. Part of television, kids.
Well, they're glad it's funny.
Yeah.
Everything was accidental. So, and now, I know it's really forward, we will figure it out, and now let's just have this one.
Well, Palm Springs Unified and the help they gave us in terms of infrastructure and of course funding. The border regions, Ellen, there's a lot of people that made this happen that we've been working with over the last 3 years. And truly, it's very successful. Last night was very successful. I couldn't be happier, really. And now they're talking about giving us a convention center. I mean, I love the school, but seriously, I've never done so much walking in my life. This thing is so spread out. But the convention center, one big room, air conditioned, little rooms around it, plenty of areas to fly in. So for me, we needed to prove ourselves, which was it you and Roseanne, Women Jones, Vic, Fiona, Michaela, Sally French, oh my God, even Zen Sushi back there, you can't forget him. And the key was to get Vic, for me, to get people, the most influential drone people in the industry that could actually make this credible. Thank you, because it was just me flying FPV, right? I don't know. So the key was to get you guys here, and knowing that you would be here would give us credibility to move forward, at least in respect to the drone industry that for some reason the cinema people don't get. And so it was good to have you here. You're streaming, podcasting. Seriously, I looked at it as a partnership, a village, whatever you want to call it, because everybody has done their part, and I cannot tell you how happy I am. With this work. Yeah.
Thank you.
No. Yeah.
We look forward to next year.
Yeah, because see how it worked is up until 2 days ago, the temperature in Palm Springs was 60. And so like the last 2 days, it's been 95. And then of course, when you guys come back, when the air conditioning convention, it'll probably be $50. Because that's how it works out here. Or windy, yeah. So we were lucky. As long as it wasn't windy and raining, I was happy. Yeah, you're from Chicago. He's from
Chicago.
Somebody's, there you go. You might be from Chicago, yeah. That's nice.
I like it. We were just talking about snow.
Yes, snow. Vic was out flying like at 3 a.m. this morning or something. That was awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you for joining.
No, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.